Hey everybody, Mike Mercurio with Merck's Muscle Works, here with my longtime friend Bobby Bush. Bobby is a nutrition coach.
We all want to do better, sometimes we don't know how. Throw up smoke screens like I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough money, or I don't know what to eat. There's all these smoke screens that we throw up that we just don't know how to get around.
We make plans for people.
Basically, develop meal plans specifically designed to that person's individual goals. Everybody's built differently. It depends on if you're an ectomorph or a mesomorph or an endomorph. It really depends on the type of build that you have, how sensitive you are to certain carbohydrates. A lot going on there that I can help develop the plan that will help you get to where you want to go.
Very good. That's what most people need. That's what most people want. What have you noticed are most people's mistakes? I brought up carbs and proteins last time. It was the very basic Neanderthal kind of routine, but what have you noticed are the big mistakes that people do make?
The biggest mistakes that I see just, again, over the years, that everybody's looking for a quick fix. Everybody thinks that it's just easy to lose body fat, or it's easy to gain muscle. It's not easy, and it takes time.
Absolutely.
The number one thing that people make a mistake on is that they're not consistent. And you mentioned that last time.
Yes, absolutely.
Consistency is number one. If you don't have a plan, and if you're not consistent to that plan, you're not going to reach your goals. And then you wonder why. A lot of people, they think they're eating good.
They try, yeah, in their mind.
Right?
In their mind.
They think they're eating good, but they severely misrepresent to everybody what it is that they're actually doing. These I'll call them fad diets.
Right.
I call them fad diets because most people have no idea what they are. I'm talking keto, I'm talking paleo, I'm talking vegan, if you're not really a vegan, right? I mean,
yeah,
some people just do things,
just for a title.
And they think that, if I do this, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds and I'm gonna, do this or that. Well, you know what? It's true, but how sustainable is that? It's not a sustainable approach.
Yeah.
So
it's easy at first.
It's easy at first.
You're gonna see gains and losses, but they're not sustainable.
And it makes sense. It makes sense. Like if you do a keto diet, the fact is you're gonna be probably taking less calories than you're used to, so you're gonna lose weight. Because there is no one right diet. And I don't even like using the word diet.
Diet's a tough one.
The first three letters of diet are D-I-E, die. So
it's a bad connotation. People automatically think I have to lose. That's no.
Right.
I told them it's whatever you shove it in your face. That's what it is.
It's a lifestyle change, and it's a program. The way I look at it, that you can stay on, and it's sustainable. It's easy to follow.
The consistency and discipline go hand in hand, and it's tough because a lot of things that we do are the same. A lot of things that we eat are the same thing day after day, hour after hour, but we know the goals that we're trying to achieve. So it's tough mentally when you're eating the same thing over and over, but if that goal is in sight, it makes it so much easier when you are making gains or losses.
But everybody has different goals. If your goals are a little more modest, if you just want to be better, really, we can make it so you don't have to eat the same thing every day, and you still get your protein and your carbs and your good fats and your vegetables, and you have a wide variety of things that you can eat. It doesn't need to be as boring as some of us make it.
Yeah.
It's just, we would tweak it a little bit.
I tell people I eat a pack of bagels a day, and people are like, well, I would get so fat if I did that. I was like, yes, you would, but you don't have to eat bagels. You can substitute that with rice or potatoes, and it wouldn't be as much. You're not 6'2", 230. I have to feed muscles to
6'2", 230?
6'2",
You're a big
230.
boy.
I'm leaning down, trying to get down to like 225, but still.
Right. I can help with
that. This is why I got this guy.
The best habits that you can develop on any type of program is to learn how to meal prep. And people think it's difficult and it's time consuming, but it's really not. If you pick a day or two where you're typically wasting your time watching TV or doing whatever we do.
Do it while you're watching TV.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. You just combine some things. My daughter's upstairs making a pot of rice right now. Because my daughter's, into this as well as my wife and pretty much
the whole family thing. And it helps when you get your family involved, so you're not doing it alone.
It helps when you have support.
Yes, absolutely.
When you're doing it on your own, I will be honest. If you're the only one, if you're in a family of 4 or 5 and you're the only one doing it, it makes it difficult. That's when you have to have a talk with those people. When you have to say, hey, you know what? I need some support here. This is what I want to do, and I need help. A lot of times you get made fun of. I get made fun of every time I go out to eat somewhere. And I ask the waiter or waitress, kind of vegetables, no butter, kind of steak. just put seasoning on it, you know.
Nutrition nerd.
Double order of chicken on that salad. It's like, you know.
But that's the way it is. That's your lifestyle.
It's just a lifestyle.
That's what you do.
And it's what you do.
And you don't have to be as strict as Bobby made, but the more strict you are, the more results you're going to see. So if you stay somewhere on that path, you will see results.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Bam! Bobby's got a whiteboard also, but his whiteboard has 2 more words on it than mine. So we talked about protein and carbs, Bobby. You have fats and veggies on here. Can we go into a little bit more of dieting of this?
We're talking about a diet, a program, a meal program. We're talking about macronutrients for the most part, of course. You have your vitamins and minerals as well. But the main components are your macros, fats, and just the vegetables. Okay, so fats are a huge part of this program, of any program that you do. And most people think fats make me fat.
That's what they think.
That's what they think. So they go on these like no-fat diets, and they wonder why they're not losing the weight they want to lose, or you know, or they don't feel as good. Fats, and all the fats. I mean, the saturated, polyunsaturated, the monounsaturated fats, they all serve a purpose. And if you eat them in moderation and you eat them in the right balances, they'll do what they're supposed to do for your body. They help produce hormones. They help basically from a cellular level. They help your cells become pliable, so the information that you're feeding your body will pass in and out easily. If you're taking a fat, your body will learn to burn fat.
People get scared of it. People get scared of what they don't know.
They do. I mean, most programs that I design will probably have somewhere between 20 to 40% fat designed in that program.
Yeah, I think I actually don't eat enough fat in my diet. I
agree. I don't
trail mix, and that's where I get my fats from, but I don't, and I think maybe I'm holding myself back too.
There's so many good fats out there, and you hear about them all the time, from avocados, or you know, almonds, walnuts, you know, different types of nut butters. There's just so many out there that serve different purposes, and we can't cut them out. We've got to include them if you want to reach your goals, whether it's bulking or the weight loss. So you have to include fats. And vegetables.
Veggies. Another one.
Veggies.
I eat a few a day.
Fill your plate with veggies. I'm talking about a rainbow of veggies. Because if you just stick with, like I do, I mean, honestly, broccoli, I'm missing out on all the other nutrients, all the other vitamins that all the different colored vegetables can give to me. Like the red vegetables, tomatoes, which are actually a fruit, but we'll call it a vegetable.
We'll go with that for now.
We'll go with that for now. But you know, yellow squash, all the different peppers, you know, you can go on and on. But vegetables are key to delivering your body the nutrients that it needs. And if you're one of those people, because I do have a hard time getting the vegetables.
I do also. I think most people do for the most part.
Most people do. So there are ways around that. There are powders now, the green powders, as long as you don't buy a piece of junk, will supplement your body with the vegetable needs that your body needs. Fats and vegetables had to be added to this. The deal breaker in any program is going to be the carbs. Protein is pretty much going to stay the same. And again, all the different amounts are going to depend on what your build is, how active you are, your sex, obviously, any health concerns. So, but the protein pretty much is going to be around a gram, somewhere in that range.
Biggest question in dieting, probably, I mean, to me, would be how many carbs should people eat per meal in general?
Minimally processed foods. That's the first thing, because all these processed foods, they're really just killing us. So that's the first key. We want to try to eat the foods, just again, whole foods, minimally processed. And how much somebody should eat, it depends on a lot of things. It's a little more complicated than you would think. It depends on your body type. It depends on how big or small you are. It depends on your sex. It depends on how tolerant you are to carbohydrates. It depends on, do you have any allergies that could be affected by certain types of carbs that you eat. So there's a lot of factors that play into that, but again, it goes back to your goals. If your goal is to drop body fat, or if your goal is to gain mass, those two people are going to be eating two different amounts of carbohydrates. So there is a lot that goes into it. It's just it's whatever your goal is. Then we start working through each of those other things: your activity level, your body type. And if you're trying to put on size, and if you're a male, you're probably about 2 cupful handfuls of carbohydrates with each meal, 5-6 times a day, if you can swing that. And then for a woman, somewhere between a half a cup to 1 cup handfuls of carbs. And again, that'll get you close. I'm not saying that's going to be exact. I'm not saying that at all, because we can do the calculations based on how much you weigh, time, look at your activity level and your body type. That'll obviously zero you in and get you closer to where you actually need to be, but there are simple ways to do it.
And it doesn't seem like a lot. When you say, oh, it's a half a pound for ladies, it's like it doesn't seem like a lot until that 3 hours comes up again and again and again, and then you're getting tired of it because it doesn't seem like a lot of food, but after a while, it's like it just keeps creeping up and you're eating a lot more.
And don't let the 3 hours scare you. So I mean, if you're thinking, oh, I gotta eat every 3 hours or something's going wrong, it's not exactly true. I mean, there's studies coming out now that are really saying that as long as you get the correct amounts in throughout the day, 3 meals, 4 meals is probably okay. Now, again, if you have a specific goal in mind, if you're a competitor, if you're a high performance athlete, then breaking those meals up throughout the day is going to make a difference. But again, I keep going back to the 99%. If you're like 99% of us, and that every 3 hours scares you to death, and you're like, I can't do it, there's no way I can do it. You know what, we can work with that. And then you break it down into we probably have 3 or 4 bigger meals as opposed to 5 or 6 smaller meals. So as long as you're getting the number of calories that you need to be successful towards your goal, that's at the end of the day, for most of us, that's really all that matters. Live your better life, live your best life, best version of yourself.
That's the goal. That is the goal.